Hello, Gemini. This is going to be a psychic reading forecast horoscope for Gemini for the week ahead. Sun, moon, rising, Gemini. Cross watchers, thanks for tuning in and snooping around on that Gemini in your life. See how things are going. I do appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Please do remember to take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others, as I am in the collective. Woo! All right. So I'm going to get some cards here to catch a vibe for Gemini for the week ahead. I want to let you guys know that I'm aligned with love and light and God. I'm here of service to the greatest and highest good of all of you guys. So I thank you for letting me be of service in this way. And many of the signs had similar cards this week. So we will see what Gemini has. We will see what cards fall for Gemini. Let's keep shuffling. And I also want to remind you that I am right here on the channel. Wow. Yes. Yes. You saw me shuffling. You guys got the same card, like the same, probably 4 or 5 signs all got this card. So Gemini, you've got it too. There you go. Lots of people are dealing with this week. I do want to let you know that I put these readings out on the channel every week. You've got a horoscope every week to take a look at. And wow. Gemini. So yeah, take a look at your weekly horoscope and share it if you would like to do so. Gemini, I'm just feeling into your energy here and the energy of the cards, and they're a little bit challenging, man. So I just want to send you some love. I want to remind you that no situation in life makes or breaks you. Nothing is all or nothing, although it may feel that way. You know, sometimes life pushes in on us and it seems a little stifling and it seems a little bit like all or nothing, but that's never the case, you know, because look at your track record. You always wake up breathing, you know, and you keep going no matter what. And all those things in the past that you might have thought were just these big, huge, monumental, crushing, devastating experiences, like those are so far in your rear view that you don't even have a feeling about them anymore, right? So I just want to remind Gemini that nothing is just so big and just so crucial. All right. The energy that the card that you have is the 5 of energy, fear. And I want to remind Gemini that where you place your focus is what grows and expands in your life. So as you see this person, she's wearing a black dress. She's wrapped herself up in this fear, right? I'm wrapped up in this. My hands are, I can't speak. I can't talk about this. I'm holding it all in. And I'm so focused on this precipice, on jumping off this ledge. That's all I could see. But if she just turns around, she could walk her happy ass right back over to this castle, that golden castle, change herself into a golden ball gown, right? And then, you know, take a boat or something. Who knows what she's up to? But all she sees is the fear. All she sees is the challenge. All she sees is the overwhelming feelings that are looming around her. Okay, so I want to remind you, Gemini, that there are 2 sides to every coin. And I'm not saying that there's no reason to pay mind to your fears, but put a container around it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, this is a valid thread of thought. I need to know what I'm going to do in this scenario, or I need to see this all the way through, whatever. But once you have worn that path one time, you sufficiently have it, you know what would happen, you know what you would do, you know how things would unfold, how you would react, you know that you would survive, okay? And then you can put it down and not live your life from that space, not live your life from that ledge. I feel like Gemini is so focused on the ledge that you may not see all the other things that are still going on and that are within your control and that aren't so terrifying, okay? So I do also want to remind you that greatness is found beyond the confines of your comfort zone. And sometimes our fears keep us inside of the comfort zone, right? So the fears that we must move through won't necessarily go away. We just finally decide, fuck the fear. I have to do something different, right? It's not, you don't ever become fearless until like you've done it so much that you know there's nothing to fear, right? So there is no fearless about whatever the challenge is that you have to deal with, okay? There are going to be fears. And in fact, I submit to you that it's probably the thing that you fear the most that is the right answer to the problem or the equation that you're trying to solve. Okay, so, oh my God, I have so many fears around how that will make people feel. Let's take the power out of feelings. What in the hell are feelings? They're emotions, right? And okay, so what are emotions? Emotions are energy in motion, okay? They move, they change, they sway. They never stay for too long, and they stay longer if we grab a hold of them and revel in them and roll around, okay? So emotions are feelings that feel. Bleh. Feel uncomfortable, right? But what really fucking happens? Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. It's all within you, and it can either be a huge thing or nothing at all. Okay, so I really need to say, who cares if someone has hurt feelings? Who cares if something moves people in a way? You know, I need to say to you, Gemini, that you've got to come first. And I feel like some of these fears are around other people. How they will feel, how they'll react, how they'll respond. And then maybe you fear that, okay? But I feel here how none of that even is real. All of it is just pushing things further and further, pushing action away. There are a million excuses that we can put in between us and taking action. There's always something to hide behind, but you've got to have more reasons to do it than you do to tuck your tail and hide in fear. Okay, so I feel like the ticket here is to examine these fears and to confound them or to remedy them. Realistically, you faced worse. Realistically, you're not going to die. Realistically, it's not nearly as bad as it feels like it could be. And these feelings, no matter how big, they're not going to do any permanent lasting damage. They will pass and subside, and we will move into something different, and life will change and flow, and eventually there will be smiles. Eventually there will be happy dances. Eventually things will sway and change, okay? But right now it seems like the fear is all I can see. So I want to say to you, examine the fears and remedy them with logic. And it's usually the fear that the thing that you fear the most, like that's what you do need to do. So the lesson is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Now, the last time that you faced your fear, okay, don't you feel pretty damn good about that? You've got to remind yourself how good it feels to feel strong. When you have outwit those fears, when you have faced them or not let them hold you back. Bottom line, the fear might still be there. Call in God. I am telling you, call in the big guns upstairs. Hey God, I'm terrified. Please step into my heart. Wrap me in your love and protection and move with me through this experience. And those are I need to also say that these experiences and challenges were set up by your higher self, because higher self knows that you got this, that you can handle this shit. And it is scary, but it's going to be that much greater on the other side of it when you go, yeah, fuck those fears, man. I did that shit. There you go. Danielle says, my anxiety over driving in the winter weather is starting. Sweetheart, you will overcome the challenges that face you. Now, many of the signs got the same card here, so please just take it where it resonates. Gemini, a potential challenge, the number 11, addicted. And I just need to throw out there that if, based on the cards and the way that they lay, if there's a Gemini here who is suspecting someone in their life of using or just bad habits, you know what I mean? Habits that are destructive. That's really what this card is like habits that are destructive, that are poisoning the whole, or making life really hard, you know, either within myself or in another person, okay? Because we're not all innocent bystanders here, okay? Sometimes we get scared, life gets hard, and we start coping in unhealthy ways. And Spirit is saying, you don't need to do that. You're only making life harder for yourself. And I feel some Geminis are looking outward at people that they're connected to and going, hey, what's really going on here? I'm afraid that you might have relapsed. I'm afraid that you're up to no good. I'm kind of afraid that this addiction is ruining your life or mine, whatever this could be. The 7 of Spades says, keep your eyes open, okay? Because you'll see what you need to see, and you'll feel what you need to feel to have what you need to know, okay? And I must also say to you, and I say this often, is that the person who is doing something like this, who's trying to sneak around and keep secrets, okay, doesn't want to get caught. They are already 2 steps ahead of you. They always are. That's their full-time job, is not getting caught. So the chances of you accidentally stumbling into something are very slim. The feelings that you're having, the heaviness, the worry, the contempt even, that is enough to say, maybe this isn't right for me. And I'm so sorry to say it like that, but sometimes that's what it is, okay? But sometimes we can't just walk away. This is a card of keeping your eyes open. Okay, this 7 of Spades is a card of spying, because someone might be up to no good, okay? And, you know, maybe these are fears that you have of people watching you. Maybe these are fears that you have of people seeing you differently than you've always been. Maybe you're changing, Gemini, and you're afraid of who you're becoming. Not that that's a bad thing, you know, but maybe you're afraid of what people will think as you grow and change. Like, I'm feeling a few different things here. Sometimes we are addicted to our reputation. We are addicted to the outcome of what the results people will give to us. Sometimes we need to know that everybody thinks that we're just the best person, right? And we're afraid that maybe they don't think that anymore. You know what I mean? So be the best person. Confound your fears. Own your energy and know that the darkness can't stand with the light. So be the light and move through these challenges. Call God into your energy, into your heart, and into the hearts of those that you are concerned about. When we can't reach people or help them or sway them, but we witness their struggle, send God their way like the prayer warrior that you are, Gemini. That's what I feel here. It doesn't have to be suspicion. It doesn't have, I don't even know if they need help. God knows. God knows. Send God to move anything at all and let God do God's work and focus on you and what is within your control. Because I truly feel like some of these fears are things that are not within your control. I'm so afraid to watch this train wreck happen. Then don't watch. Then focus on your schooling, your education, focus on your personal development, focus on your meditation habit, focus on your job, focus on your pets, focus on what's within your house and home, feng shui, your residence, whatever you got to do, Gemini, to really bring it into you and you. It's not even you and yours. It's like you, what you're touching every day, what really matters and is meaningful in this now moment. Back to back to back, okay? Because these other things, I need you to know, maybe they are horrible. Maybe, I got chills right now. Maybe it's like horrendous and crazy and terrible. Maybe it is. But look at you. You're sitting where you're at and you're breathing air, right? And it's not impacting you in all the heavy ways that you might be allowing it to weigh on you, okay? So that's really just what I want to give Gemini. And to keep watching, keep your eyes open, but pay attention to your feelings, because that trumps anything at all, okay? I also want to just say one more thing. If you're afraid that people are watching you, and you do have bad habits that you're not very proud of, the 7 of Spades traditionally is the 7 of Swords in tarot. And in the traditional Rider-Waite 7 of Swords, it shows one person who is stealing the swords of the neighboring army. Okay, and why? So that they can't attack us. Now they have no weapons. They're defenseless. They're going to tuck tail and leave us alone, right? So this 7 of Spades says, if you're afraid of what people are going to think, because maybe some of your habits are not, the greatest, then steal your ammunition by cleaning up those streets of your energy, right? By cleaning up those streets of your life. Don't give them anything to say. Be above reproach. That's what I feel here, right? And you can do that. It's not too hard. It's not too hard and it's not too scary. Gemini, that's what I have for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Guys, I'm going to take a tiny break, and I'll be back for the Earth signs, which are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Much love.